Hello guys, my name is Luigi Serpa. If you guys don't know me or this is the first time you're watching this, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to recreate this look. This is your everyday, like going to the groceries, picking up the children, if you have any, a little soft glam but still wearable throughout the daytime. Let me know what you guys think of it. And let's get rolling, let's get to it, baby. Let's get to this. I was getting to the money. Everybody mad. Nah, let's get rolling tonight. That's seriously. So I've made myself really comfy now. Right now I just threw on a little bit of conditioner. I've already moisturized my face, put toner in it. We'll make sure you put sunblock on it. All that stuff, tea tree oil, I'm already all set. So now I'm gonna get started. I always like to use the Pro Filter primer. Sometimes I like to just add it onto my skin, as so. And if I'm looking down, it's because I have my mirror right here. Sure you smooth that into your skin. So after I prime my face, I'm one of the few that likes to do their eyebrows first. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brown Wiz in Granite, the darkest shade that there is, because I like mine to look like they're Sharpied on, okay? I do like to drag it all the way to the front of the eyebrow just because I'm going to be, when I pack on all the product, it fades out the eyebrows. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you haven't like completely shaped it like 100% as good as possible, just because we're going to be carving it out with concealer. Because I slay. Has anybody else been watching The Homecoming on Netflix? This is literally my second time watching it. I'm watching it right now. If so, if you hear Beyonce, it's because it's that. Don't sue me, Beyonce. The other day, well, yesterday I was doing the dances in the shower, and I was doing the get me body, now do this little dance, touch your heels, touch your toes, that one, and I lifted my leg out backwards so high that I hit it on like the drain, and the back of my heel was like completely slashed, like it was bleeding like crazy. I was like, oh my god, oh Jesus. So be careful when you're doing this choreography, okay? So I always like to brush it just upwards, just so that way it can go along with the strokes of the hair. So see, like the front is already blended out. So to cover my eyebrows, I'll use the Maybelline Fit Me just because it's super inexpensive. You're not breaking your pockets. Balm.com.edu.uk. Okay? So I like to grab like a flat brush just like this. I got these gifted as a birthday present from my homegirl Sydney. Shout out to Sydney. So I always like to start with the bottom. And voila. Finito. When I'm doing the top, I always like to angle my brush so that way I can use the ends, like the sides, instead of like the flat thing. So that way it's not like I'm very like precise with it. For my eyeshadow base, I like to use concealer instead of primer. I've never used eyeshadow primer in my life, so I don't know how it works. I can't speak on that. But for concealer, I like to use the MAC paint pods and lay it low. I like it just because it's a very skin shade, and I don't know, it matches me perfectly. It's really good. It's very tacky, very sticky, so the eyeshadow sticks to it like perfect. I don't even gotta set it, to be honest. Own best friend, me, myself, and I. So now that my eye concealer is on, I'm gonna get ahead and start with the eyeshadow. And I like to use the Nubian palette from Juvia's Palace. I always say Juvia's Place. Is it Juvia's Place? Juvia's Palace, Juvia's Place, you know what I'm talking about. As you can see, this is literally the only shade I use in this palette. Yes, I buy palettes only for one shade. I know I have that bad tendency to do so. But this, I'm gonna go ahead and just like put it all over my crease. And yes, I always like to start at the end, and I'll do circular motions just so I can smoke out. And then I don't like to go along my own eyebrow shape. I like to create a new one. So what I like to do, I learned this from Makeup by Shayla. What I like to do is I'll smoke it out here, but then I'll bring it into my eyebrow up here. And even like, I know many people do this, like even Jeffree Star does this, but he does it a little bit different. So this way, this is a good way just because it opens your eyelid up if you have small eyelids. And I'll go ahead and I'll run it into my eyebrow. That's why I was saying like the bottom of your eyebrow isn't that important, just because you're going to be running your eyeshadow into it. I'm doing the circular motions with my Morphe E27 brush. So now I'm gonna go into my Friendcation palette. This is like my bougie bitch palette, okay? This is everything. Look at the packaging. This. Oh, I love this. I wanna get like 3 more just cause it's everything. The packaging for me goes a long way, to be honest. I'm gonna go in with Churro right now. I hate when the shades are in the back of the palette because I feel like it tricks me. Okay, so this one's Churro. This one's okay. Just to like give you like a little soft smoked out eyeshadow, what I like to do is just put it on the very corners of your eye, and then just like literally smoke it out. But don't put too much. I like to go in with my E27, which is the one I used earlier, and I'll just go ahead and smoke that out. Alright, this way it diffuses it a little bit. I feel like this, does anybody else have a good eye? Like this is my good eye. Well, sometimes actually. But like right now, this one's better than this one. And it's so annoying. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm using the MAC paint pot again, just to do a cut crease. But I only like to do this just so that the new eyeshadow can have a clean base to grip onto. Even though it's gonna be a diffused cut crease, I like to do this just to give the eyeshadow something to grab onto. Alright, and this, so like even though it's gonna be a cut crease, it doesn't have to be like the most cut crease ever, okay? Don't worry if you fuck up. Ooh! Alright, so now that my cut crease is, I'm gonna go in with the shade Dirty Money. It's like a copper green. Like, it's money green, literally, that's all I can say. Like, it's literally money green, my favorite shade ever. And I like to just pack that onto my eyelid. Like, and I have hooded eyes, so I like to make sure that my cut crease is very high up. Without looking crazy, of course. And if you look crazy, it's okay. It's all makeup. Who cares, honestly? Like, if you look a little crazy, at the end of the day, you can wash it all off. Or if you want, you can wash it off right then and there. And it's not gonna be no issue. Graining on that wood, graining on that wood. I'm swerving on that, swerving on that big body. Been surfing all of this, surfing all of this good. I'm supposed to be going to shoot later on. Oh my god, this makeup is a lot for a shoot. Normally when I'm shooting like with a friend or something, I do not do makeup this strong. Like I'll go ahead and go more natural. This is supposed to be a natural eye look, but we'll see. I wish I was a dancer, a backup dancer for Beyonce. Honestly. So I'm just gonna go back into the Churro, and I'm gonna put it at the very end of this, and I'm gonna sweep it into the eyeshadow. Diva is the female version of a hustler. Honestly, she is such a great performer. Like, I feel like before she retired or anything, I literally have to go to a concert first, because she is that good. Like, just really think about it. Like, imagine all those visuals and everything she really puts into her performances. Like, it's honestly a show. Like, you do not see any other artist. Even though I love other artists, you do not see them go off like that. And that's just true. But to me, she ain't no diva. There's just no more playing. Oh, this part of the homecoming, this shit was crazy. First of all, when they kept switching outfits, I was like, wow. Like when, you know, when it would switch from yellow to pink, I was like, wow. I was like, that clothes has like heat, radioactive, like that shit just switches on its own. I was like, wow, like that. I need that outfit. It switches colors instantly. But I didn't notice that it was like week 1 and week 2, and then they just like did the editing. So whoever did the editing needs a raise. Oh, this is my shit. Same old nigga from the pop. Nigga from the trap. Getting to the money. Everybody mad. And you can literally, with the shadow that you use on your crease, you can bring that into your eyebrow and just like fade it into it. So that way your eyebrow looks a lot more natural as well too, like if it was just hair, but it's literally carved out. I like to use a brush. I don't know why, I just got into the hang of using a brush instead of a beauty blender or like Real Techniques. If I say beauty blender, just know I don't own a beauty blender, but that's the name of all of the sponges, okay? I always go back and forth from either the Morphe Y7 brush. This is bomb, but sometimes I feel like I used it too much and I feel like it's too dirty. Or, I don't know, I sometimes like to switch. But right now I'm using this one. I like it just because it's more of a dense. This one's very dense. It's like a dense round dome shape. I just got so much foundation on my finger. But this one's bomb, if you can see it. Okay, but for right now, I've been using this other Morphe one. This is from like the Rose Gold collection. These two are holy grail. This one is more of a flat brush, as you can tell. So what I like to do is I'll go ahead and spray it first. I'm using my M.I.A Private Prime, but this is from their new Rose collection. This is the Cherry Blossom. It smells so good. So I'll just go ahead and spray that. This foundation is a crack, okay? This is the Fenty Pro Filter foundation, okay? This is the shade, I use shade 300 when I just want like a solid base, but if I want to look tanner, I go into 360. Yes, it's a big jump, but you gotta remember it's different tones that I have to go through to get to 360. I like this just because even though it's very matte, it's not fully matte. Like, you know how like some it's like matte, like dry matte. No, this one like gives me like a little shine to my skin, but still keeping me matte. And then what I like to do is first I like to just dab the foundation into my skin. So I always like to start with the bottom since obviously I put concealer all over it. And I don't even do like full pumps, I do like half a pump. And I'll go ahead and do like two half pumps, which is pretty much like one pump. And look at look at how much is covered. And now I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Contour Cream Kit, and I use the shade Medium. I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade right here. As you can see, I just love this. Well, this too right here. This one's like, I've attacked this one. You're gonna see later on. Alright, so with the creamy shade, I like to go ahead and apply it to my forehead, chin, nose, and everywhere, okay? Just because this one is a little more brighter than the other ones, and I don't really like my under eyes to be super bright just because I look like a crackhead. But with this, I'll make sure it's all along my forehead, bringing down my nose, and then along my cheeks, I just like to do a line. And that's literally it. And then I just make sure it's all patted. So, okay, now I like to go in and start contouring. So it's the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and use my cream contour kit, and with an angled brush. This one's like the Sephora brand, and I like it just because you can brush up. You just want to do very lightly. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start with my cheeks first. And I like to just place the product first as to where I'm gonna be contouring, and then I'll go ahead and make sure it's all blended in, okay? Just make sure, you know. And I love a good contour, so I make sure I like to go in here. Don't be afraid of contouring, okay? And what I like to do this because before I used to apply the cream, and then I used to like smudge it out. But with a matte foundation, that's very bad because you'll be rubbing up against the foundation and it'll separate it. You'll be taking off the foundation while you're contouring. So that's why I like to apply it onto the brush and then apply it onto my skin. It's a lot better. So now that I have like a rough outline of where I'm going to be contouring, so now I'm going to go in with shade Chocolate, I believe it is. Yes, Chocolate, just a tiny bit. And this one I like to put it into the temples of my face, just because this way when you contour like this area right here, it just makes your face like more, you know. This one with chocolate, you're just gonna grab a little bit and you're just gonna add some to intensify the contour, and that's about it, okay? And now is when you're gonna start blending, okay? I know my girls, you can get it. Now I'll go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and set my my concealer. And what I like to do is I like to use the Fenty Pro Filter setting powder. I use the shade Banana. This is so this is crack. And then with this one, I like to go on my cheeks, do reverse contouring right over here too. My chin, I like to make sure my chin is matted, and I like my chin to be contoured because once you contour your chin, it just brings all of your contour straight forward. I don't like to use a lot of powder. Just kidding. I don't feel like it's needed. So you know Rihanna is my mother. That's why I literally have everything Rihanna. Like, you just gotta support her. If you don't support her, then I feel sorry for you. Like, you have your priorities wrong, okay? Forget about supporting yourself. Make sure you support Rihanna. Mother. I like to go in with my Airspun. This one smells so good too. I love the smell of powder. Even though a lot of people say it smells like old people, this is honestly one of the best powders that you could ever buy, and it's super inexpensive. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll start contouring my nose, and then after I contour my nose, it's all done. I'll go ahead and use the Anastasia contour kit. This one's the powder one, and I use light to medium. And this, I just go with an angled brush, and I'll just go ahead and contour the sides of my nose. And then that's why you contour when you started your eyeshadow. Alright, now that I've contoured my nose is when I go ahead and dust off all of my powders. For this one, I use the Real Technique, like a very fluffy brush. So as you can see, I still have like powder that's stuck onto my skin. But that's completely fine. Like, don't let that get you. What I like to do is with a small rounded brush, just like this. This is the Real Technique one. This is what I use to contour. I'll go in with this. Make sure you get around. Alright. So now if you feel like your face still has too much powder, what I like to do is with the same brush, I'll go ahead and just dust off anything. And normally this will give you a little more color if you feel like you were too pale, and you get to dust off everything. While still giving you a little more, while bringing a little more color back to wherever you set your makeup, okay? Now it's time to bronze up, of course. No surprise, I have Fenty Beauty's newest bronzer. I use the shade Beige and Gal, and this is just the best thing. This is holy grail. I really like it. I love the packaging. I think the packaging this time around was so chic and very sleek. And I like to use a dense, fluffy, angled brush. This one's from the Sephora brand. It's so good. It's super soft. If you're not using this for like bronzing / contouring, kind of still contouring, you can use this for a blush. Either one. This is actually like a blush brush, but I like to use this for my bronzer. Glam girls, post it in the bag, got my thing and my grill. My eyes sitting low. Okay, so now, since we have yet to finish the eye look, but I'm gonna go ahead and do, what shade is this? Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I like to grab just like a small dome dense brush, and I'll go back into the Dirty Money, and I'm gonna be dragging this into the Now I like to just go in. I'm gonna go in with my highlight, and I'm just gonna dab the same brush just so I can add more into the corners. I like to go in with an angled brush, and this is from that same Morphe palette, the same Morphe brush palette, the rose gold ones. And I like to use the Chasing the Sun highlight. This is bomb. Don't get rid of this. This is just like everything you need and then more. Okay, and I like to just bring it up along the edges of my face. I like to make sure just where the eyebrow arches, I like to make sure you bring it all over there. So it gives you a very natural, sweaty look. Like, I just got off the gym, but it's just like, ooh. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so now it's time to set the eyes. I mean the face. Don't worry, I'm not done yet. flat sponge. This one's Real Technique. What I like to do is I just like to pat into the makeup so that you get rid of any excess powder and so that your face doesn't look so powdery. I'm a victim of that all the time. I'm gonna go in with my mascara. I like to use the Better Than Sex mascara, but you do have to be very careful with this just because it clumps up your eyebrows and not in a good way at all. Okay. Oh, my computer died. Oh. My camera's dying too. Oh my god, why is everything dying? Bitch, me too. Me too. So, this is the final look. Let me get myself together really quick and then I will be right back, okay? I'm gonna go change. Alright, so off camera, all I really did was just throw on some lip gloss. I intensified the eyes just a little bit just because I felt like I needed just a little more brown in the outer corners. And then I couldn't stop adding enough, so it got darker because I couldn't stop. And I threw on this Kappa referee shirt because I want to call the shots, you know? Oh, and also, if you made it this far, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to like the video. Hit the notification button so that way you know when I upload. Don't worry, you're not going to get bombarded because I only post like once a year. Okay? Which I'm really bad at, I know. But make sure to do all of that. And thank you for watching it. Let me know if you liked the video. You guys, alright, see you in the next one though.